Guys, this is Phoenix here, aka Sam, here on Team J Beans. I'm coming to you with the latest Shadow Paladin GBT06 Shadow Paladins to be exact, and it is, of course, as you can see, Diablo. So I will explain a lot of these since they're all basically new except for a few cards in here, but I'll just go ahead and get straight to it. My starter, most people use Cherishing Knight David because he counts as double as 2 retires, but I use Full Val Diablo. What he does is when he's retired from your rear guard, you can Spirit Call a Blaster Dart Diablo from your deck. And that's basically it on that. Then for trigger lineup, I run 4 Grim Reaper, 4 Gravehorn Unicorn, so 8 crit. I run 4 Howl Owls, which is draws, of course, and then I run 4 Illegal Alchemist, or as I like to call a meth dealer. But don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kid.
Now for the grade 1s, I run 4 Black Chain Spirit Dance Formation Kaidens, and what he does is when he's put into the drop zone from rear guard for the cost of the unit, one of your unit's ability. If you have a Vanguard with Diablo in its card name, choose up to one of your Vanguards, and until end of the turn it gets plus 5,000. And when this unit hits a Vanguard, search your deck for up to 1 grade 1, call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck, and if there is a unit named Black Chain Flame Dance Formation Hole on your rear guard, the unit called with this effect gets plus 3,000 until end of turn. I have to read it because I normally don't read it all the way. And then, pretty standard, 4 Dark Shield Maclears, perfect card. You don't really have to worry about Karma Collector because when it whole, he counter charges for you. So, and then 3 Pitch Black Sage Karen. What she does is when she's called a rear guard, reveal a grade 3 from your hand, then search your deck for a Blaster Dart Diablo. And then also if you have a Vanguard with Blaster in its name, she counts as 2 retires. She can count as 2 retires. So you can get your stride fodder and all that fun stuff. And speaking of stride fodder, I run 3 Cherishing Knight Brandwin, which you search Clash with her, but she's just for stride. Now for the grade 2s. 4 Black Chain Flame Dance Formation Holes. Okay, now him I can do. Him, when you call a grade 1 to your rear guard, him and the unit gains plus 3,000. The Vanguard and him gains plus 3,000. And that grade 1 that was called was Kaiden, you can countercharge 1 and soul charge 1. Now I run 4 Dark Saga Painters. In the deck, she counts as a grade 1. And also, I'll get to that later. So, and when you call it a rear guard on Generation Break 1, you draw a card, then discard a card, and that has to happen. You can't. That is not optional. Mm-hmm. And then I run 3 Dark Knight Maiden Maka. Easy to just explain. When she's a boost, GB1 when she's boosted, counterblast 1 Spirit Call a grade 1 from your deck. And now to the grade 3s, I run 4 Whirlwind of Darkness Mortimer Diablo. And what he does is when he's placed on Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 and soul blast 1. Call a grade 1 from your deck, which you can get Dark Saga Painter, so that will help. And also, his GB2 ability, when you stride over, you can retire 1 of your units and call 2 grade 1s. Well, if you can call Spirit Call grade 1 if the thing you shot into is Spectral Blaster Diablo, you can Superior Call another grade 1, and they both gain plus 3k. And then Blaster Dark, I run 4 Blaster Dark Diablo. And what he does is, whenever you strike GB2, you can pitch any card in your hand gains plus 3 grade, as long as you're striding into Phantom Blaster Diablo. And also, if you stride into that, use that as a stride, you can retire one of your opponent's rear guards. So if they just have 2 rear guards, retire one of them, and yeah. So now I run, and now for strides, I run 1 Orgeyser Doomed and 1 Orgeyser. This is just to get to your Generation Break 2. And you should know what he does. If not, Counterblast 1, flip a copy of Orgeyser, retire 3 of your units and reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. And for each grade 1 or less, you retire your opponent's rear guard. Where Dark Saga Painter comes in. When you reveal her, she's still in the deck, so she counts as a grade 1. And now I run 2 Dark Dragon Spectral Blaster Diablos. Now, I will have to read him. What he does is Soul Blast 1, choose a face down card from your G zone and turn it face up. And choose one of your rear guards and retire it. Until end of turn, this unit gets Counterblast or Generation Break 3, Counterblast 2, choose 2 of your rear guards and retire them. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit, and this unit gets -2 drive checks until end of turn. And if you have the Heart card with Diablo in its card name, search your deck for the 1 grade 1 card, call it the rear guard, and shuffle your deck. So you basically get 4 drive checks out of this guy. And of course, the win condition for Dark Dragon Phantom Blaster Diablo. What he does is Counterblast 1, flip a copy of himself. Then when you attack with him, retire 3 of your and he gains 10, and that just to flip him, he gains a 10,000 and an extra crit. Then he also gets the ability, when you swing with him, you retire 3 of your rear guards, and your opponent has to retire 2 of theirs. And if they don't, they cannot guard from hand. But where G Guardians are coming in, that does not count for that, because you pitch a heal trigger to guard from your G deck. Which is why on May 20th they are upgrading the Stride deck to 16. Well guys, that was my Shadow Paladin deck. Comment, rate, subscribe, and support your local Jerry Beans. And Phoenix out.